What to do if he says he doesn't love you anymore? Oh, God. I mean, what should you do when your partner says those words? I don't think I love you anymore. Hearing these words could be devastating. I absolutely get it. And especially from a long term partner or from a spouse. However, what this video is about is how it doesn't necessarily mean the end of your relationship. Now, I've got a little caveat here. If your relationship is abusive, hostile, or unfaithful, then I would say it's really important for you to dig deep and decide that if leaving feels like the best option for you. But just looking at a relationship, a long term relationship, in any long term relationship or marriage, feelings of love can fluctuate. And if your partner says, I don't think I love you anymore, I don't think I'm in love with you anymore. Now, on the one hand, maybe they're done with the relationship. Maybe there's been so much water under the bridge, so much that you've gone through together that they are actually done with the relationship. But also, what they might actually be saying is, I don't love myself anymore. I don't feel love for my life anymore. I'm feeling lost. I'm feeling confused. Maybe they are unhappy with their life and they've lost the love, the feeling of love. And then it's possible they could be projecting those feelings onto you because you are their closest person. You are their nearest and dearest. And it may actually not be about you at all. Now, we cannot assume. However, what I'm asking you to do is to be open to the idea that when somebody says, I don't think I love you anymore, that yes, your instant reaction, your instant response might be to say, well, if you don't love me, you should just leave. Or I don't want to be with someone who doesn't love me. And you may get like a wave of emotions of hurt and upset and defensiveness. And also, you might feel the urge to protect your heart and put up walls. So, I totally understand if this is happening to you and this is what you've done. I totally understand. However, what I'm asking you to say, and when I first put this out as a shorter video on TikTok, I had a huge response. Some people hated what I was saying, but some people said, this is what happened to me. My husband said to me, I don't love you anymore. And I just gave him the space. This is what people were saying. Men and women were commenting on this, saying once they gave their partner the space, they were the relationship turned around and became stronger. So, if you believe that your relationship is worth saving and only you know, like if you know deep down, we've had something really good and I would like to really offer you a different approach. I really would. And this approach does require some emotional maturity. And I would say the very fact that you are here, you are watching these videos, I'm sure you're watching lots of other videos on YouTube, you are learning. There is then I would say you have the capacity for emotional maturity or to grow the existing emotional maturity you have. So how would it be? And I want you to try on this idea, even if this hasn't happened to you, is if your partner said to you, I don't love you anymore. Instead of believing that it's all over, let's just try on something different. So, what you could do, and here is a script, and whenever I give a script, I always say this is well, I want to say that this is a template. Like this is a way of you're going to have to find the right words for you. But if you were to look them in the eyes and say, "Thank you for being honest with me," that is really hard to hear, and it must have been really hard for you to say. And I just ask that you don't tell me you love me until you truly mean it again. And then You focus on yourself and your life. You spend time with the people you love. You go and get the support. You do things that make you happy. You feel all of your feelings and turn this difficult, painful experience into an opportunity for personal growth. Because going through this kind of pain can rapidly expand your inner strength, your self love, your self respect. And what it will require you to do is to let go of any attachment to the outcome you want. It's like you're saying, okay, universe, it's over to you now. But what you're doing by saying something like that script, what you're doing is saying to your partner, normally this script would be like for a long-term partner, someone you've been through lots of life with. Yeah. But just you're saying to them, okay, there's no pressure on you to love me. There's no pressure on you right now to feel love for me. I'm just saying you've got space to feel whatever you're feeling. And sometimes what happens is a person is going to realize that they haven't fallen out of love with you. They are just feeling really crappy about their life. They've fallen out of love with themselves. They've fallen out of love with life. They're just feeling really low. And they're wanting to attribute it to something because that's what we do. We feel crappy. We want it to be because of something. It's because I'm not earning the money I want. It's because I'm not in the relationship I want. It's because of this. It's because of this. But actually, often we're just feeling this. And giving someone that space gives them if it gives them the space to kind of go, okay, what are my real feelings? And also, to be honest with you, anybody is going to look at you and go, wow, if you are the person who, with tears streaming down their face or with a lump in their throat, is able to say, okay, that's really hard to hear. And I get how hard that must have been to say. And I'm okay with you not telling me you love me unless you really mean it again. And, right now I'm not going anywhere. I mean, wow. That's an extraordinary human being. So Fireflies just asked, if they said it after you hadn't been together long, is it best to just leave? If you have not been together with someone very long, I would say absolutely. Just and if somebody is taking very clear steps to leave the relationship, they're packing their things. They're saying they're going. They're looking for someone else to live, somewhere else to live. You don't want to be holding on to them. You don't want to be trying to keep them and grab onto them and keep them in the relationship. But just giving someone the space to make their decision is what's going to give you the best chance of this relationship working. And you know what? You can say all the right things and it may just not work. We can't guarantee it is going to work. But you know what? Sometimes riding out the ups and downs of a relationship can lead to a stronger bond in the end. Long-term relationships, you all know they are not smooth sailing, and this could be a temporary low, but it doesn't mean you will wait forever. And I'm not suggesting that you should wait. I'm suggesting you just keep on with your life. But if this is like the father of your children, the person that you've spent real highs with and lows with, and you know that you've got really a foundation of something good, what I'm saying is to pause in your reactions. Notice your old reactions and pause. Now, you know, by communicating this way, as I said, you're giving your partner the freedom not to feel love for you in this moment, and you're also maintaining your dignity and respect. But of course, respect and kindness from your partner are non-negotiable. So, wherever you're at in your relationship, respect and kindness are the minimum you can expect. And if he's taking clear steps to leave the relationship, then that will give you more of the information on where he really is at right now. So I know speaking words like this require immense strength and courage. I know they do. You know, I haven't said those words myself, but I've said very similar. But what I'd say is if you can just practice saying them to yourself, even if you're not in that situation, see a man in front of you. Imagine one of the guys that you've dated before, been in a relationship, and just imagine him saying it. And then imagine yourself saying the words I've given you. This, just hearing yourself say these words can help you feel more secure and more grounded because you are behaving like a person with a deep trust in life and a belief that things will work out for you no matter what happens. You know, you're like a tree with roots. Like those roots go so deep in the earth that nothing can knock you over, nothing can blow you over, no matter how hard the winds of life blow. If you like an analogy, I love an analogy. Okay. And, when you have that kind of inner strength, when you really nurture that inner strength and you can grow it, 1,000,000% you can grow it, then you are going to be able to handle deeper intimacy in relationships. And you are going to know deep down that no matter what happens in life, I'm going to be okay. So please do pop any more questions in the chat. If not, thank you. I love that you join me while I record my weekly videos. And the next video I'd love to recommend to you watch if you enjoyed this is my video, How Loving Yourself Will First Attract the Love You Yearn For. And that should be in the description of this video. And it will be certainly very soon on the end point of this video. It will be a great one. So I will see you in that next video and I will see you next week.